This is my earnest request. I am not denying your question, because it is the question very pertinent and very frequently it has been raised. So, to me it is not digestible. I am very sorry for that. Thank you.
And my observation is this: any text is read with different standpoints. When we read Hamlet, we apply two types of approaches. One we may call intrinsic approach and the other is extrinsic approach. When we apply psychoanalysis, feminism, Marxism, post-realism, it's only an extrinsic approach to Hamlet, the play. But when we try to find out a meaning which is embedded in the text itself, which is supported by the lines, then perhaps we are trying to find out, we are getting the support of an intrinsic approach. So both the approaches, both reading, do justice with the text, they try to do justice with the text. So this is my observation. Thank you.
Who dies of his own goodness. In Sanskrit there is an old saying, Ati Sarvatra Varjay, even if it is goodness. So he is the only character dying of his own goodness. And so far as the Oedipus complexes and so many complexes are concerned, as Dr. Donur has said, all of us know this Lolita syndrome. When a man says and imagines marrying his own granddaughter, it is a male fantasy, imagination, lascivious outlook, nothing else, and it has nothing to do with any complexes. If it is complexes, I may name it a male complex only, because nowhere in any corner of the world, nowhere in the literature, it is vice versa. A woman, having that kind of look towards her son or maybe grandson. So I think it is just a male fantasy, nothing else. And as sir has said, modality judgment. So really it is this judgment based on comparison. Until and unless we make a comparison, we can't approach or go nearest to whether it is truth, it is actuality or reality. When it comes to second paper by Miss Sangeeta, it was a fantastic one. But once again, if a woman has to establish that she is equal to man, she has to feign like a man. She has to disguise, and it was so until 19th century. Even so many women authors, they couldn't have dared to name their own, and they used instead pseudonym, because it was not acceptable to the male society, to the patriarchy. But even then, Shakespeare has done well to reveal through those characters the strength of female. So that is all I have to say. It was both papers was so very wonderful, and I thank you both of them for that. Thank you very much.
Akib Khan and Alisha Sinha, Chanchal Singh, Ruchi Nagira, Rashmi, Nama, Shazia Nath, शाजिया नाथ पटेल, श्याम दत्त,
हो गया।
साक्षी गुप्ता, ट्विंकल तेजवानी, this is second semester students, अभिषेक तिवारी, आकांक्षा, ऋतिक शर्मा, गुप्ता, सुनैना पटेल,
it has been an important, a very rigorous academic exercise, and we have come to the end of it. We are very happy that we could organize a 2-day national seminar on Shakespeare in IGNTU. It is a joint seminar. The Central Institute of Karnataka and IGNTU have together planned 2-day national seminar here in Amarkantak, IGNTU Amarkantak, and also in CUK. So the 2-day seminar, national seminar, was organized in CUK on 30 dates, 15th and 16th of this month, and here 29th and 30th. We are very happy that we could do this seminar. And during the last 2 days, the scholars, professors, thinkers, writers from most parts of India have participated in this seminar, and they have discussed all important aspects of Shakespeare. And we are very happy to note that the students and the research scholars and the faculty members have been greatly benefited by the ideas and thoughts and experiences shared by the resource persons. And organizing a national seminar of this kind in April, May, so on, has always been a very difficult task. We are happy that we could, at the end of the day, make it. And it is my duty to thank the two Honorable Vice Chancellors who gave helping hand, who extended every possible help to Sir Nagraju and Mahindra in CUK, and to Krishna Singh, Abhilasha and me in CUK. They were very helpful, and it's because of their help and cooperation we were able to organize this seminar. And as I said to you, lots of issues have been discussed during the last 2 days in this particular hall. And the conclusion is, Shakespeare is a writer who can never be forgotten. And there are differences, there are different perspectives which I understand, but all said and done, Shakespeare is the greatest playwright that the world has ever seen. It's not just England that, which is proud of Shakespeare. The whole world is very much proud of Shakespeare. And I will make just one observation and end my this introductory remark. So the observation is, what is it that has made Shakespeare to be the greatest playwright in the world? I asked this question in the beginning, and I'm asking this question at the end of the 2-day national seminar. It is his vision of life, it is his understanding of life. He is one writer who gives a complete picture of what life is. He knows the past, the present, and the future. This is what makes Shakespeare to be the greatest playwright. And describing the beauty of Cleopatra in the play Antony and Cleopatra, he makes a very beautiful, there is a beautiful dialogue. Age cannot wither her, nor custom can stale her infinite variety. She is a woman's ploy. There are 2 more lines I don't remember. The meaning is, so Cleopatra is so beautiful that the time cannot touch her. Age cannot wither her, nor custom can stain her infinite variety. She is so rich that age cannot touch her. So she is deathless, she is immortal, she is permanent. This can be attributed to Shakespeare. So Shakespeare, he is deathless, he is immortal. We are subject to decay and death, whereas a great writer like Shakespeare is not subject to decay and death. This is the reason why central universities, not just in India, all over the world, should be holding national seminars and conferences on Shakespeare, only to drive home the fact that Shakespeare is an all-time writer who is deathless and who is immortal. I am very happy that with the help of my colleagues, Dr. Abhilasha Singh and Krishna Singh and Bipin and Jagan, Deepa, and also with the help of other senior deans and registered finance officer, of course the Vice Chancellor of this university, we have been able to organize this seminar. And I use this opportunity to thank all of you. Thank you.
Most esteemed chief guest, Professor T.V. Gultimani, will join us shortly. The Honorable Vice Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka, Professor H.M. Maheshwariya, Professor N. Nagaraju, today who is the guest of honor, Professor Basarao Donur, Organizing Secretary, Dr. Abhilasha, Head Department of English and Foreign Languages. High time for the examinations, and in Karnataka already their examinations are over, and we here are also preparing for the examinations. Anyhow, we managed to organize this joint seminar that was exactly in the vision of two Vice Chancellors of the Central Universities. And our national seminar yesterday started with the inaugural session. That was a wonderful seminar, and we have the chief guest, as Honorable Vice Chancellor of Central University of Karnataka, who in his address elaborated the importance of Shakespeare, the validity and the pertinence of Shakespearean plays, narrative poems, and the sonnets, as well as the role of Shakespearean English in the advancement of English language. That was a different kind of English, which we call Shakespearean English, and we have also developed the dictionaries, particularly we call Shakespearean English, where the different kind of English is there. And the role of Shakespeare and Shakespeare's plays which have been translated in different languages, particularly in Kannada literature, and he's a man of linguistics and translations. That's why he has highlighted the importance of Shakespeare through that perspective. Professor T.V. Gultimani, he also shared his experience, how he went through, how he accessed through, how he studied William Shakespeare and the plays, particularly the Hindi translations, that is Bhartendu Harishchandra, and the Kannada translations of Shakespearean plays and the narrative poems and the sonnets of William Shakespeare also. Thereafter, Professor N. Nagaraju, he has been the important person, the speaker of the seminar. He also highlighted the relevance of Shakespeare, the universality, the art of characterization, the techniques, the relevance of the Shakespearean plays. Dr. Donur talked about the concept note, why Shakespeare. He started his speech with the interrogative, why to study Shakespeare? Why we even today are going to study Shakespeare in different forms, in different techniques, in different kinds of regional language and literatures. That these presentations, these views and the sharings, they highlight jointly the importance of Shakespeare. We are, even today, because we have developed different kinds of identities of Shakespeare. Right now, Shakespeare is called the post-colonial Shakespeare. This is the recent identity of Shakespeare. That we have developed different kinds of perspectives. And all these perspectives, none is complete one, but they highlight some important aspects related with the life and the works of William Shakespeare that make Shakespeare relevant. Why we are talking about Shakespeare? Because Shakespeare is very much relevant even today, not only in academics, beyond academics. Shakespeare is important one. Thereafter we have Professor C. Prakash. He let loose his blessing for the grand success of the seminar. Thereafter we have the keynote address by Professor C. Prakash. He is a very, very encyclopedic man. He's a man of theatre, man of translation, and he himself is the theatre artist. That's why he just very comprehensively just analyzed the importance of Shakespeare in different kinds of literatures, theatres, even the stage theatres also. Then it was followed by the technical session. We have the research papers, well-researched papers, which were presented on different aspects of Shakespearean plays, sonnets. Particularly, most of the papers were on the plays of Shakespeare. Hardly there were few papers on Shakespearean non-dramatic poetry. It was the narrative poems as well as the sonnets, because that is also very important aspects of Shakespearean plays, where the theme of love, theme of friendship, theme of betrayal, these are the three important themes or the subjects which Shakespeare throughout all his writings, because there are 37 plays, 2 long narrative poems and 154 sonnets. That's the complete works of William Shakespeare. But most of the papers, they were focused on the Shakespearean plays, either the comedies, tragedies, tragic comedies, romances, history plays, and the love tragedies also. That was the area. There is very immense variety in the Shakespearean plays. That's why all the papers, they were focused on the popularity of Shakespeare even today. That is exactly the immense variety. When he was, Dr. Donald was quoting the line from Antony Cleopatra, the lines of Ino Barbus, that age cannot wither her, nor custom stale. Finally, it was the infinite variety, means immense variety. It is not a one particular subject that Shakespeare treats with. It is the myths, the legends, contemporary events, folk tales, folklores, all they have been the starting point, the springboard for William Shakespeare. Later on, it was his own creativity. He just transmuted them into something new that was called Shakespearean, because there was no any other identity, or there was no any kind of other comparison which can be equated with the Shakespearean output. That's why it was Shakespearean. But it was one aspect of Shakespearean writings only, that was the thematic content. But the second aspect that is more important, which can never be transferred through translation or any kind of adaptation, that is the linguistic aspect. That is the artistic expression, the aesthetic quality of Shakespeare, where the power of Shakespeare lies. If we translate Shakespearean plays in Hindi, for example, Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, or any kind of play, only the content part is transferred, but the artistic or the aesthetic beauty can never be translated. Here we are at loss. But anyhow, the translations, adaptations, which were discussed through different papers, they highlight the importance of Shakespeare's writing. That's why the seminar and the symposium conferences, they are meant to highlight some important aspects. Sometimes they can be negative. For example, even today there are some post-colonial critics, they started raising the question, who declared Shakespeare is the greatest playwright in the world? Who declared? There is the question that it was a part of a colonial strategy to declare Shakespeare the greatest playwright, so that rest of the literature of the rest of the world can be dehumanized, that can be degraded, that can be condemned, because Shakespeare becomes the model, Shakespeare becomes the tool for British imperialism. Whatever Shakespeare has written, that becomes the model for the entire world. It's not exactly the model, it was a part of the conspiracy. This is one aspect, but it also highlights the importance of Shakespeare, because we are just analyzing or reacting on Shakespeare from a different perspective. That is also quite fruitful. In this way, we have more than 20 well-researched papers. They were presented, including the resource persons, and the seminar was quite fruitful. But this seminar, this joint venture, exactly is a message for all of us that the two central universities are coming very close as far as the academic and the cultural ties are concerned. We are going to strengthen our relationship, and we will go on organizing the seminars. And already we have visited Central University Karnataka twice. That was a quite successful seminar. And again, we will have this kind of seminar. And in future, this kind of endeavor will go on. Thank you.
Honorable Vice Chancellor and presiding the function, that's my own Vice Chancellor, Professor Maheswaraya, Madam Maheswaraya, Honorable Vice Chancellor, IGNTU, who is going to join us, Professor Katmini, Professor Krishna Singh, Dr. Abhilasha, Director Academic Affairs, who presided the inaugural, distinguished colleagues of IGNTU, students, staff, faculty and students, and I hopefully think that our Vice Chancellor and those of us involved with seminar, we have done our duty. If there is any lapse or if there is any omission or commission, please do excuse us. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
I've been the Students' Welfare, Karnataka University, Professor Kendadmat, and many faculty members, Professor of Journalism and many departments, and my dear students. So I'm very happy to be here for this seminar. So that is, when Donur was the control of examinations in the Central Institute of Karnataka, he organized many seminars. He is the man responsible for organizing the tribal narratives in the Central Institute of Karnataka in collaboration with the Central University of this is Indira Gandhi National Tribal Universities. So this is the second time we are collaborating with the Indira Gandhi National Tribal Universities. Further, I would like to collaborate with this university, particularly in tribal studies.